lads and lassies. Shake your tits and swing your dicks at St. Patrick's Day. And to celebrate the day of Irish drinking, here's another shamrock shaking episode of your favourite internet sensation with libation, of course, the Friday wrap-up. And before we get today's show kicked off, I'd like to tip me hat to today's libation. That's right, I'm drinking one of Ireland's famous exports, a pint of Guinness. Nothing finer than a pint. And to kick the show off today, we're going to start with a nice St. Patrick's Day Irish toast. Here's to a long life and a merry one, and a quick death and an easy one. A pretty girl and an honest one, and another Guinness and another one. Sláinte. That is delightful. If you've never had a Guinness, I swear to God, you're fucking missing out. This is good. These Irish know what they're doing when it comes to whiskey and beer. I mean, you can't take that away from them. Anyway, one of my favorite holidays, St. Paddy's Day. Got the official St. Patrick's Day hoodie on today. So let's get today's show started, huh? So what a week it's been. Tuesday was a steak and blowjob day, so I hope you all had an enjoyable one. I mean, I didn't, because I was working like a good lad. Today, of course, is St. Paddy's Day, and for all you Catholics participating in that bullshit made-up Lenten tradition of no meat on Friday, His Eminence, the Pope, gave a special dispensation so that you could eat a fucking corned beef sandwich. Okay? So, here, drink up and be somebody, huh? Okay, got a little Irish music playing in the background to kind of just throw off that nice St. Paddy's Day vibe. But remember, Sunday is St. Joseph's Day, the Italian Father's Day. It's like our answer to St. Patrick's Day. Anyway, like I said, it's the Italian Father's Day. So here's to you, Pop. If I keep doing that, I'm going to be fucking snotted before the end of the show. All right, for all my News 12 fans, yeah, I know I'm a News 12 nerd, but I watch it every day. You know, it's just, I don't know what's happened at this point. I mean, they don't really give you any news, and you kind of find out what's happening on Long Island, but you sort of, like, when you watch something every day, you see the same fucking people every day, you kind of get used to them. You know what I mean? I don't want to say develop a bond, because that would be a little fucking mentally irregular, because I don't know these people. But you get used to them, right? So, I mean, I know everybody on the... Not personally. Actually, I know one person on that show personally. But you get used to the same cast of characters. So, two of the longtime correspondents that have been with News 12 for like fucking forever, Doug Geed and Danielle Campbell, are the latest victims of Altice's fucking tyranny. You know, people are leaving that network left and right. So they're the latest casualties. I was reading they were forced to take an early retirement, which is a nice way of shit canning people. I mean, typically what they do when they force you into early retirement, you take a severance pay. The choice is either take the early retirement or get fired. Those are your fucking choices, okay? So, you take a severance pay, you sign a gag order that forbids them to talk about how terrible it is to fucking work there, and then they got to sign a non-compete, which prevents them from working in any kind of media-related capacity for at least a year, probably more, I don't know. These assholes are fucking ruining everything at Altice. News 12 is fine. Everything was fine until fucking Altice took over. Even Cablevision, okay, was a better run dysfunctional organization when it was Cablevision as opposed to now. It's fucking terrible. Okay, and poor Danielle Campbell's apparently devastated. And anytime I used to see this woman doing a news report, you could tell she's just kind of on the cusp of going over the fucking deep end. So, you know, there's that. Anyway, the Oscars were last Sunday. I totally fucking slipped my mind. The Oscars. Did anybody watch? Huh? If you did, congratulations. You're a fucking loser. Seriously. I mean, whoever watched this fucking thing, you wasted a few hours of your life and have effectively made yourself dumber. Now, I'm 99.9% sure that all of my viewers have never watched sat through the fucking Oscars. I'm very confident in that. If you're one of these people that just stumbled across the show through research or whatever, welcome. Okay? Hope you like it. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Join the revolution. Thank you for stopping in. Anyway, so, like I said, the Oscars. were Sunday. Bunch of liberal phonies crying and acting like fucking retards. You ever see these fucking actors? They wouldn't. Shut the fuck up, okay? And half the people in the audience are giving them the fuck I'm like it because they didn't get the goddamn Oscar themselves. Fuck them all. They're all a bunch of fruits. Anyway, there's one good thing that came out of it though. Ki Huy Kwan won an Oscar for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Now, I never saw this movie because the title gives me agita. If I want to see everything, everywhere, all at once, I could just go to my mother's house. Okay? And I wish that was a joke. Anyway, you might be wondering what's so special about this Ki Huy Kwan. Well, if you grew up in the fucking 80s, okay, you remember like a little movie called Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? Short Round. He was the little Chinese kid. Dr. Jones, okie dokie, hold on to your potatoes. Yeah, he was that little kid. He was the little Chinese kid in the Goonies, the one who invented all kinds of shit. I forgot what the hell they called him in that movie. It escaped me. But anyway, yeah, he's 51 now, apparently. I mean, this kid he had 2 blockbuster 80s movies under his belt as a kid. Like, he was an up-and-coming child star. And I don't know what the fuck happened. Apparently, he couldn't get any more work. I don't know if Goonies was his last movie, but he basically hasn't worked since around that time as an actor. He got into movie production or something. And this was his first acting role since the 80s. 51 years old he is now, right? I think his last movie role was maybe 10, 11, something like that, 13, some shit like that. So this was his first acting role, and he got an Oscar for it. And the movie, which looked terrible because it had Jamie Lee Curtis in it, it won Best Picture also. So Harrison Ford was presenting the Best Picture award. So a little Short Round had to come up on stage and they hugged. It was cute. It was nice. If you saw fucking Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, this was a nice moment. Apparently, Harrison Ford lost touch with the kid after he made the movie, and he never, bothered to kind of check on him or anything like that. They never spoke or saw each other after that, but whatever. So either that was a phony thing or it was just nice. So yeah, he got to hug Harrison Ford. And you know what was puzzling to me? His English actually got worse. Like, it was better when he was a kid. I don't even know how the fuck is that possible. Okay, well, the Pope this week made an announcement, and he said, and it's riling the Catholic Church. The Pope is saying that priests being celibate was only supposed to be temporary. Oops! Well, better late than never, guys. By the way, they still haven't gotten the fucking green light yet, okay, to start running around and fucking things. Now, I'm going to shed some light on this, okay? There's nothing to do, priests being celibate have nothing to do with the Catholic religion or Christianity, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, okay? Some medieval pope made this fucking, and I saw it on the History Channel, some medieval pope made this fucking decree way back when, because priests would get married, they'd have children, they'd become bishops or cardinals or whatever, and the Vatican would give them land, to live on, while they were managing their parish or whatever the fuck. So when the priest died, or when the cardinal, whatever the hell he was at the time, died, the kids, the family wanted to stay on the land, and the church had to kick them off, which of course makes them look bad. So to avoid that bad politics, they just said, you know what? God doesn't want you to fuck. That's it. That's simple. I mean, let's face it. The Pope is basically a fucking king. The Vatican, this is just an offshoot of the Roman Empire, okay? The fucking Romans weren't stupid. They saw the writing on the wall. They said, these were people that were having fucking orgies 24 hours a day. They were fucking everything. Boys, women, goats, kids, whatever the fuck, okay? And they said, all right, you know what? We got to rein this in a little bit. People are getting a little fucking rambunctious. Let's create a whole new kingdom. Call it a religion. I mean, where is the Vatican? It's in Rome, right? Vatican City's a fucking palace. The Pope is basically, okay, what do you think? Jesus was sitting around going, guys, I gotta tell you, I'm not down with this you guys getting laid kind of shit. Okay, I think anybody who's a Catholic priest should stop fucking. First of all, rabbis can have families. Every other denomination, the pastors, the priests, the preachers, the priests, the reverends, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they get married. They can have kids. I think even the Episcopalians, it's like Catholic light. The Catholic Church was the only one that said no. I mean, Jesus wasn't opposed to a little pussy. Okay? How do you think they got the fucking 12 apostles in there? Okay? St. Peter was outside going, hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid. You know, I mean, that's how they all came. I mean, listen, Jesus had a girlfriend. Granted, these assholes in the Catholic Church called her a prostitute. I mean, what the fuck was he paying her with? Loaves and fishes? Okay, I mean, the only thing, maybe if she was indeed a prostitute, I'm not saying she was probably a lovely woman. Okay, lovely. But if in fact she was a prostitute, the only thing that I could see is that she was a raving alcoholic. Okay, because, you know, what else you going to pay her with? Hey, Mary, here's some water. Boom, now it's Chardonnay. Get ready for the body of Christ, baby. Ooh, amen, Jesus. I don't know why I made it black. It just sounded better. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. So the priests are anxiously waiting to, I guess, go out and get laid or something. I mean, I don't know how that works, but, you know, whatever. So, hail Caesar, sexy stories, and worm rain. This is going to be one hell of a show, baby. Buckle up. All right, Nostril Gate. The Cuomo saga continues. There's an oldie one that we blew the dust off on the shelf. You didn't think I'd be doing another one of these. I didn't even think I'd be doing another one of these. So apparently, good old ex-governor Nostrils is still alive and kicking. He interviewed Billy Joel, my old boss, on his podcast. As a matter of fact, that's the name of the podcast. As a matter of fact, with Andrew Cuomo. I've mentioned on the show before that he had a whatchamacall, a podcast. But fun fact, Nostrils is actually the godfather to Billy Joel's two youngest daughters. Apparently, he's still homeless, though. The guy's still fucking freeloading on people's couches. Maybe he's staying in Bill's guest house. I don't know. I don't know why this cheap bastard don't go buy something. Okay? He's got a few $1 million stashed away. You know, honestly, as much as I fucking beat the hell out of this guy, I'd love to interview him on this show. I'd love to have him on my show and interview him. Hell, I'd be happy to go on his show too, if he wants. I mean, maybe we could even do a cooking segment, like titty twister meatballs, or cara mia, carbonara, or, you know, let me lay a lasagna, something nice, you know? I mean, I don't mind. I don't care because he's a fucking Democrat and he murdered 500,000 old people. That's, hey, you know, what's a few dead people between friends, right? Anyhow. On another Biden blunder. Well, he hasn't fallen up any stairs this week, so that's, I guess, a good thing. But oh my God, the banks are failing. Have you seen, so far 4 banks. There was one in New York, 3 in California. They're all Silicon Valley banks. The one in New York was a Bitcoin bank. Listen, when banks start defaulting and failing and the feds have to come in and bail them out, that is a very, very dangerous sign. I'm pretty sure this is how the fucking Great Depression started. The reason they're failing is the interest rates are high. They can't keep up with inflation. And bottom line, fucking Biden wrecked the economy. And this is just the tip of the dick. Okay, just the tip of the dick. Everything that Donald Trump said would happen if this guy got into office has happened. I mean, it's like he finds a crystal fucking ball. All right, kids, on 52 farts. Let's let her rip. Oh, I always forget to put my spectacles on, you know? Okay, so off the top of the deck, what do we got? An odorless fart. Well, this is a hushed or muted expression of duodenal vapors originating in the stomach or intestines and distinguished by lack of any sort of accompanying odor. Basically, this is when you get lucky. When you think you're going to slip out a quiet one, maybe it makes a little sound. You hear like a little whisper, a little hiss or something, but yet no fart. Okay? Sometimes referred to as a poof. Women like to say that they don't, when they fart, that they don't smell. Yeah, okay. If you guys are smart, you'll just say, sure, honey, until after you've been with them a while. Then they don't care. Because like I said, in the beginning, when you start dating somebody, they'll get up and go in the bathroom and fart. Sometimes one sneaks out or something. They go, oh, God. They go, it's all right. It smells like flowers, honey. After about a month or two, these animals are just letting it loose like a fucking dog. You get in the bed, they're hot boxing you. They fart on your leg in the middle of the night. They warm, you get all hot. And like, oh, shit. Then you move the covers and it smells like hot cabbage. Oh, not good. Okay, kids. Get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express into mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. Oh, but, woo-hoo! First stop, Connecticut. The Harvest Hill Beverage Company. Home to everyone's favorite orange-flavored liquid diabetes, Sunny Delight. Everybody remembers Sunny Delight, right? So, just in time for summer, Sunny D has got the perfect summer day treat. A Sunny D and vodka fused canned cocktail. I almost plotzed when I saw this. Now, you can enjoy that wonderful taste of childhood now that you've grown up into an alcoholic with now with a little vodka added to it. Okay? So it's like your childhood on alcohol. Beautiful, right? By the way, I've been making this shit for years. Okay? I've been mixing vodka and Sunny Delight for the longest time. I used to call them electric screwdrivers. You know what? I will be trying this on the show, though, as soon as I get my hands on some. I think I got to check out, what's that? Oh, God. The big liquor warehouse that in Westport. My brain is shot today, and I'm not even fucking drunk yet. Okay, kids, next stop, Concord, New Hampshire. We're going to stay in the New England area for a little bit. So a man named Michael Guglielmo, a father with children in the Concord Elementary School, dressed up like Julius Caesar to protest the ridiculousness of gender fluidity that they're teaching these kids in school. He gets up in front of the board and literally dressed like Julius Caesar and introduced himself as Julius Caesar, Emperor, and then said that he's also a woman and asked if anyone believed it. And of course, people they're chuckling, they're looking at him like he's gone completely insane, okay? And then he said, of course you don't, because it's ridiculous. And the point that he was trying to make is there's an art teacher in the school who the kids have had for for a while, and they've always it was a guy. I know, a male art teacher. I mean, this isn't no stretch of the fucking imagination, what I'm about to say next, but stay with me for a second. So he was a guy. He dressed like a man, he had a man's name, facial hair, whatever the fuck, and then one day he decides, I'm a woman, and then he just starts wearing women's clothing, but the kids still recognize him as a guy, and these are little kids. They're confused, and the school allows this. So that this is, and I can see his point here, all right? Because these are still children. They're still impressionable. This is very confusing to them, okay? I mean, it's insane, okay? So, and they go on teaching about, it's okay to feel like a woman and feel like a guy, but get the fuck out of here. Just be a kid. So that was the whole point of why this guy did that. It's the world we live in today. Cats are barking, dogs are purring. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Next stop, Chicago. So, a man filed a lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings for false advertisement. He claims that their boneless wings are actually chicken nuggets. Let that sink in for a minute. Boneless wings were actually chicken nuggets. Because they actually are chicken nuggets. There's no such thing as wings with no fucking bones. I cannot believe that this has to be explained to some. Even retards know this, okay? If a wing doesn't have a bone, it can't fly. It's just fucking doing this. You're just going to see spastic birds fucking running around, banging into each other. Unbelievable. Now, Buffalo Wild Wings addressed this retard on social media and claims that, yes, their boneless wings are indeed all white meat boneless chicken, i.e. a chicken nugget, okay? Their hamburgers contain no actual ham, and their buffalo wings have absolutely no buffalo in them. I mean, tongue-in-cheek, little sarcasm. I like it, but for fuck's sake, serious. That's why I always had a problem with the term boneless wings. Just call them buffalo nuggets or some shit, okay? Because people, and I've said that jokingly over the years. I'm like, people are stupid. They're gonna look at this and go, oh, there's a wing, because they're fucking momos, okay? Just call them boneless nuggets. But I mean, this is who has the time to sit around and think of this shit? I'm gonna get an attorney. I'm gonna say I feel offended and triggered. That person should be held down and have habanero sauce poured all over his face until he fucking dies. While we're in Chicago, some sad news. The owner of Mr. Beef, which is probably one of the better places to get a Chicago beef sandwich in the city, Joe Zuccarello, died. Matter of fact, there's a show on FX called The Bear that's based off of this guy. I mean, the restaurant isn't going to close or nothing like that. His family, still, I think they have a couple locations throughout Chicago. His family's still going to run the business. It's a thriving business. I've met this guy. Well, I've seen him. I shouldn't say I met him. I've seen him there a few times while I was in Chicago. I went in there to get an Italian beef sandwich. He seemed like a nice guy, always greeting the customers and everything. That's a shame. That's all. It's just, it's like one of those like old school type of spots. It's still authentic, still family owned, not corporate, no bullshit, there's a couple other places to get a Chicago beef sandwich that's pretty good, like Portillo's or Al's. But the problem with that is it's more corporate chain. This is still like an old school type of joint. That's all. Okay, next stop, Oregon. Well, parents are outraged because an Oregon high school teacher gave the kids the assignment to write a short story of their sexual fantasies. That's right. First of all, I don't even think this is like an English class. I think this is like a health class. I don't know how this has to do with health. Okay, but... So first of all, my question is, what kind of kinky fuck is this teacher? And yeah, before you ask, it's a guy. Okay, so this guy's got some kind of sick, perverted mind at this point. He's a high school kid. So I think we're going to rub one out because we don't even know if he likes the boys or the girls. Maybe both. I don't fuck knows. Okay, my second question, more important, is why the fuck didn't they ask us to do this in high school? Short story. I would have written a motherfucking novel. Okay, it would have made War and Peace look like a goddamn pamphlet. All right? Shit, I would have graduated valedictorian. There would have been midgets on unicycles and everything. Naked jugglers with double D tits. They would have made this shit into a movie. Fuck 50 Shades of Grey. It would have been 90 Shades of Tommy. Don't worry, Miss Cuneo. You would have had a starring role in it too. Don't even worry. Miss Cuneo was my health teacher. That lady could make a priest kick in a stained glass window, let me tell you something. Okay, next stop, China. So, the residents of the Liaojing province of China were told to take shelter because it was raining worms. Yep, you heard me, worms. It's raining worms, hallelujah, it's raining worms, amen. What the fuck are these shifty little commies doing over there? It's actually raining. How do worms fall out of the fucking sky? I mean, I'm not a religious person, but this has got to be God's revenge for fucking COVID. I mean, either that or somebody's just fucking dive bombing them with plane loads of fucking worms. I don't know how this happens. They covered the car. It looked like slugs. Ugh. Fucking these savages are probably eating her. They're probably like picking them off the cars with chopsticks. Son of a bitch. Well, how about another Irish toast? So, what'd you think? I wasn't going to drink any fucking Jamesons today. Come on. So, here's to a woman's kiss and to whiskey amber clear. Not as sweet as a woman's kiss, but a damn sight more sincere. Sláinte. Woo! Lord have mercy. That's a little Jameson's cold brew. All right, kids, your sports update. NFL. Well, there have been some conflicting reports on whether or not the deal to send Aaron Rodgers to the Jets is actually completed, but nonetheless, Aaron Rodgers wants to continue playing football. He wants to leave Green Bay and go to New York and become a Jet. He said that. Settle down, Jets fans. I know you are all like frothing, right? Settle down. This is not the Messiah that you're looking for, okay? This is not the Aaron Rodgers from 5 years ago. He's fucking shot now, all right? He barely had a halfway decent season. I mean, first of all, does anyone fucking remember the whole Brett Favre debacle? This is exactly the same shit, okay? This not only is this career suicide for Aaron Rodgers, but it's going to be an absolute fucking disaster for the Jets. Okay, he should do everyone a fucking favor and retire. The Jets should go out and find a quarterback that they can maybe develop into a great one. Okay, like find a good quarterback. That's all. It's not complicated. Am I asking too much? I'm not even a Jets fan. Okay, next stop, Major League Baseball. So we're not going to talk about spring training because honestly, who gives a fuck about spring training? Seriously, nobody cares. We are going to talk about ex-San Francisco Giants player Aubrey Huff, who's definitely no stranger to controversy. It's probably why I like the guy. He recently on a I think a podcast or something commented on Gisele Bundchen's latest social media post, which shows her performing, like a sexy pole dance, I guess part of her modeling bullshit. And she put it on social media probably just to rub it in Tom Brady's face. Look what you're missing, Tom. And this guy turned around and called her a horse-faced, attention-seeking beanpole. And then he went on to say that Brady's banging a 24-year-old smoke show. He doesn't give a shit about your fucking skinny little ass. He's not wrong. Okay, NHL. Rangers play the Penguins Saturday at 8 and the Predators Sunday at 7. Islanders play the Sharks Saturday at 10:30. NBA. Nets play the Nuggets Sunday at 3:30. Knicks play the Nuggets Saturday at 1. Bulls play the Timberwolves tonight at 8 o'clock. And they play the Heat on Saturday at 8. Okay, kids, on Tommy's Pub and Grub Review. We're going to talk about two places on Main Street in Farmingdale. One being a place called 317 Main. Now, this is like a gastro pub. It's got a decent bar, but they don't really do a big bar business. They do have bands and stuff in the party room in the back, from time to time. Matter of fact, I was there. I was at both of these places last Friday. It was my good friend's birthday. So anyhow, long story short. First of all, if you haven't tried 317, they've been around about 2 years now, something like that. High-end gastro pub. The food's good, great burgers. Their mac and cheeses are fucking like knockouts. I know the chef for a long time. Guy's name is Eric Levine. Matter of fact, he's the co-owner at this place and a new place next door called Vico. Now, Vico, I actually ate there Friday, and then I went to 317. So Vico is an Italian restaurant based on the cuisine of the Amalfi Coast. And if you're familiar with the Amalfi Coast, it's like a Mediterranean Italian blend. Okay, there's a lot of different Mediterranean influences, Greek and stuff like that, and along with Italian. And the food's very light, very fresh, delicious. Their pizzas are fantastic. Matter of fact, that's what I had. There was so much I wasn't hungry, but like I needed something to pick on. So I just ordered a pizza. And I got to tell you, usually bar pies don't really knock me out. But this thing was fantastic. It was, obviously he used like the double O Caputo flour. This is called a Conklin, all right? So he made a light tomato sauce out of cherry tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, pesto sauce, and then put burrata right on top of that. Oh, my me. Now, he wasn't using a coal-fired oven or a wood-burning oven. He was using a standard pizza oven, but he had the deck at 1,000 degrees. Had a nice char at the bottom. It was doughy, but not, like cooked properly. So I know he's using the double O Caputo flour. I could taste it when I bite into it. For a bar pie, this was great. I was looking around. The dishes were just beautiful. All the pasta's handmade. So all the pasta's made by hand. They have like little tapas and appetizers. And I mean, I'm definitely going back because the food there looked fucking phenomenal. Now, the thing is, the chef, Eric Levine, okay, co-owns both of these places. Now, I didn't know that. I just thought he had co-owned 317. So I'm sitting there at the bar, I'm eating my pizza. I look up and I see Eric's face in the fucking window. So I grab the bartender and I said, do me a favor, go over to the chef over there and tell him to come here. She says, Eric? I said, yeah. So he comes out and goes, hey, what are you doing here? I said, what the fuck are you doing here? I said, I thought you were cooking at 317. He goes, no, I own this place too. I said, get the fuck out of here. He's not even Italian. But his partners are. Place is great. And matter of fact, he's been voted, he was voted the best chef on Long Island for 2023. And I've known this guy 20 plus fucking years. Maybe even longer than that. We traveled in the same circles back in my cooking days. So I mean, we've cut our teeth together. He's a great guy, very friendly, fantastic chef. Go check out his places, 317 Main and Vico's in Farmingdale. If you haven't been to Vico's yet, check it out. It's not a big place. It's a small little joint, but the food is amazing. Great wine. You can't go wrong with handmade pasta. Okay, you can see they have the pasta stretching machines, and it's not done through it's all hand cranked. So I've watched my grandmothers do this for years. There's something to be said with it. Go check it out. Okay, kids, on What the Fuck Is That? We're going to talk about climate anxiety. So what is climate anxiety, right? I just saw this on the news last week, and I said, this is an actual fucking thing now. It's chronic fear of environmental doom. These little fucking married kids can't seem to function, okay? It's these, I don't know what the hell you call them. Let millennials like have another name for them. I call them Marys. Okay? They're like sitting here, they don't want to get married, they don't want to have kids, they don't want to get a job because they think the world is going to end. Like, I don't know if I should have children and get married because, who wants to raise a kid in this environment with global warming and the only thing that you really should be terrified out of your mind about is Democrats. Okay? Who fucking cares if the world is going to end in 100 fucking years? None of us are going to be here. Who cares? When it's time for the world to end, let it end. Okay? Who gives a shit? These people are worried about shit that they're not even going to be alive for. And it's not going to happen tomorrow. Okay? If you're driving an electric car today, you think the world is going to be a safer place now? No, you fucking retard. So if there are people that they have to go see therapists. See, this is what happens when you raise your kids to be fucking soft. This is what happens when you tell a fat kid, you're not fat, you're just different. No, you're fucking fat. Lose some weight. This is what happens when every kid gets a fucking trophy. This is what happens when you tell an ugly kid that they're special. You don't want to use certain words because it makes people sad. This is what happens when you don't toughen your fucking kids up. They watch the news and then they're hiding under a table crying that they don't want to live anymore because the world is going to end. So let me make a TikTok about it. Oh, God. On Right or Racist. A 1997 study titled The Sexual Orientation of Professional Dance surveyed 136 male and female dancers. The survey results indicated that 58% of the male dancers were gay. Well, that's right. And how many of you are now picturing a guy in a pink tutu? So you girls have no shot when you go to a strip club. You get better off going to one of ours. Okay, your PSA. I don't know what's happening with the world right now. There's a lot of women that are subjecting themselves to this no bra club, where they're just walking around free-titting all over the place. Now, listen. As a heterosexual male or a lesbian with a penis, whatever the fuck you want to call me, I have no problem with women walking around with no bras. Okay, just tits flying everywhere. It's magical to me. It's delightful. Now, here's my thing though. Okay, because I'm naturally attracted to motion. Like moving objects. So like if tits are moving around, my eyes are going right to that. Nipples. Like, for some reason, I have nipple radar. If a woman's nipples are hard, I from 50 feet away, I could see them. It's just a thing. I'm a guy. That's what we do. We're built for this shit, okay? So the problem here is women don't want to wear a bra. They say it's constricting, it's uncomfortable. Whatever. Knock yourself out. Just understand that you keep walking around like this, and your tits are gonna get flatter sooner. You know what I'm saying? But again, you do you, boo-boo. Here's my problem, because if you're gonna walk around with, and you're gonna wear like t-shirts and tank tops, and especially now that the fucking summer's coming, guys are gonna look more. They're gonna make comments. Now I'm a gentleman. I do not make inappropriate comments to strangers. But my thing is, if you meet a girl, right, and you think you hit it off, things, maybe the reason you started talking to her is because her tits were just waving at you like the fucking floppy arms and those wind socks at used car dealerships. If you start talking to a chick who's braless and things become nice and you hit it off and you start dating, you have to put the bra back on. That's the thing that I'm trying. Don't throw those bras away. And here's why. I know you're probably thinking, well, I don't understand. You were just saying you like it with no bra. Now you want the bra. It's one thing if you're unattached and you're walking around like this. It's another thing if you're with somebody, because one, that's disrespectful. Okay? On both ends. If a guy you're dating tells you, yeah, go ahead, sweetheart, you can walk around with no bra, he doesn't really give a fuck about you. He's actually bragging. Yeah, check out the tits on. I'm banging that tonight. That's what he's doing. I swear to God. Guys are animals. Okay? So if your guy's okay with you walking around free-titting it, they don't give a fuck about you. You're just a warm place to park their dick. Okay? If I was with a woman and she wanted to walk around in public, at home, you can do it all you want. You can walk around naked, topless, wear a G-string, wear a fucking Mickey Mouse hat. I don't really give a fuck. But out in the streets, you go out, you do good dinner something with your friends especially, dial it back. Because again, every guy's going to look. So every time you walk out of the house with me, with no bra, I get this much closer to doing 25 to life. Okay? I don't want to fight every fucking day. Okay? I only do it when I have to, but I'm old. I'm tired. You know what I mean? Unless it's absolutely necessary, I don't go around looking for fucking trouble. So, as a guy, if my girl wanted to walk around braless in public, I would have an issue with this because it's disrespectful. Okay, because now you want attention from other guys. That's basically what's going to happen. Okay, yeah, granted, you might be comfortable. Yeah, that's nice. But you're also going to attract attention from other guys. Anytime I got to go take a piss or I turn around to order a drink, some guy's going to make a fucking comment. I got to knock this guy's teeth out. You understand my point? This is what I'm saying. It's disrespectful. Okay? Now, that said, okay, all we really want in life is tits. As guys, especially now, you know what I mean? Maybe when I was younger, I was a little more ambitious. You would try to hook up. Now, all I want to see is a couple of nice pets. I don't have to touch them even. Just, if I see them, that's nice. I have a drink or two, I go home. Okay? Rub one out and go to sleep. I have no feeling in this hand, so I'm my own best friend anyway. But women, listen, if you get to touch a tit, whew, that's a magical fucking thing. And women can get away with murder with this shit. You ever see women in a bar? They're always fucking touching each other's tits. They smash them on the head, banging them. They're all in their motorboating them. I go like this, boop, to a nipple, I'm in handcuffs. Okay, that's my... Women can get... This is why... See, this is why I cracked the code here. This is why so many men, all of a sudden, are becoming trannies. You just think 3/4 of the fucking male population suddenly went, ooh, I feel like a woman. No, okay? No, they just realized, fuck, if I put on a dress, doesn't even matter if you're fucking ugly. If I put on a dress, I could touch a woman's tits all night long, and they're gonna giggle, it's gonna be nice, and I don't end up in jail. Check it. So, a guy that's a fucking tranny goes to a bar, all right? Starts talking to, goes, oh my God, you have such beautiful tits. And may I touch them? And before she even goes, yes, they were all in there. And she's like, oh, let me touch yours. And next thing you know, it's a fucking titty-touching festival. Titty twits, shooting Tokyo all over the place. Same guy does that in fucking pants. He's in handcuffs. Okay, right now, Harvey Weinstein's probably sitting in jail going, God damn it, why didn't I put on a fucking dress? Okay? Okay, time for another toast. There are many good reasons for drinking, and one has just entered me head. If a man doesn't drink when he's living, how the hell's he gonna drink when he's dead? Stay COVIDless, kids. No mask, don't ask, and haters can kiss me arse. And remember, who loves you, babe? It's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Stay safe out there.